1 hour. Start thinking of your questions now. So first, let's have Mr. John Levene.
Good morning, Atlanta. Oh, you're so wonderful. I want to take you home with me.
That's a big plane fare.
Actually, I was just going to say, this place reminds me of home, actually. It's filthy and full of strangers.
Next we have the amazing Myles.
Stop it, it'll be done. Hello? Y'all alright? I'm doing just fine. Sorry.
Please welcome the amazing Noel Clarke. Oh wait, I've done that too.
These British people.
And please give a warm welcome to Mr. Gareth David-Lloyd.
Good morning. I feel rough.
Look at this crowd we got. That's pretty exciting, huh?
Hello, I don't know why I'm here. This is Warehouse 13 panel, right?
This is Sewing and Crafting 101. All right, so everybody's thought of their questions, right? We have a microphone right up here. We'll have you all line up and we'll take questions from the audience. First of all,
I'm sure I haven't seen half of these people at my table in the.
yeah, slacker.
So I've got a photographic memory of now, like photograph all of you. I expect to see you at my table, otherwise I'm going to roll up on you later at some point.
Yeah, me.
And you.
I've got a gun.
You ain't lying.
First of all, have you had much chance to see any of Atlanta on this trip? Some of you, this is your first time here, I think.
I've seen the ceiling in my hotel room, which is a very nice shade of white. I believe you ladies call it eggshell white. To men it's just white, but ladies call it eggshell white.
I've seen Noel's ceiling in his bedroom. And it is extra white.
She's also seen the floor and the wall of the bathroom, and a view of the city of Atlanta against the window.
I just had my face in Noel's pillow. Biting down. Hard on a
That's
bit.
right, man. I'm a top, man. I'm a top. I don't.
You call help and nobody comes. Except Noel.
That's my thing. So, in short, no. This is the short answer, not really.
We're going to start with questions in just a second. First of all, I want to know from each one of you as viewers, what's your experience with Doctor Who? Were you familiar with the show? Did you watch the show before you were actually on it? We'll start with Mr. Levene.
Do you know what? I didn't hear a word of it.
Oh, okay.
What was it?
As a viewer, how familiar with Doctor Who were you before you came onto the show?
Oh, well, I mean, I used to watch Patrick Troughton and William Hartnell at the very beginning. And I remember being a young lad and thinking, wouldn't it be nice to be in a show like that? And would you believe it, I ended up in it. But I also want to thank, by the way, I thank the organisers for a wonderful room. I've got a wonderful room. Sliding doors, carpet, water wall. It's wonderful. I've never slept in a bloody elevator before. No, it was a remarkable show in the beginning, and when you think Sidney Newman just wrote it down basically on a napkin, he had an idea of a space show, and then look what it's turned into. And I, like all the other people in all the other shows, I'm so proud of my part. You know, we've left a good footprint behind, and there's nothing better than a show that is good over evil. So I'm very, very, very happy to have been a part of Doctor Who.
Oh, that's me. Thank you, Noel. You just gave me a little squeeze under the table.
Is it time for a skiing lesson?
I didn't get to watch Doctor Who before being on it, because when I started Doctor Who I was 8. So I'm very young, only 16 now, so thank you so much for having me here. I'm scared. Thank you, Noel.
You're welcome, baby. Yeah, I used to watch Peter Davison. He's my dude, really. That was my doctor. I've told him that he's cool. He's cool, and yeah, I'm still a fan. So when I see him, I'm like, dude, do you remember you were my doctor? He's like, yes, he told me. Many times. But yeah, I was a fan beforehand, and I loved it. I won't lie, I did drop off because it kind of got to a place where, well, I grew up as well, and it kind of got to a place where I wasn't really sure I wanted to watch it, which is, I think, why people were worried when it came back, but, we brought it back.
Absolutely. Thank you, David.
Noel, had you met Peter before this weekend?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Okay.
Yeah, many times.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sylvester McCoy was my doctor. I became more of a fan when I realised how good he was at playing the spoons. And that he's mental. Yeah, we had a good time with Sylvester in Calgary. That was special to me because I that was the doctor.
I literally couldn't speak to him for about 40 minutes when he came to sit at the table, because I was so shocked that Sylvester McCoy kind of come and sat with me. Because I'm such a huge fan of his, and he's such a lovely guy, and he came for dinner with us, and within 20 minutes he was up hitting people across the head with spoons.
Not just people over the head, breasts, strangers just hitting their breasts with spoons.
It was a really good night.
Eve, how was your band performance last night?
Oh, awesome. We absolutely rocked. Were you there, guys? Did anybody come to the band last night? Well done, funny Dad! I love you too, Dad. I'm so proud of you, Dad. Thanks for letting me come here. Me being 16 and all. Yeah, we were brilliant last night. Thank you to my ukulele player. Where are you? Dad, it's your turn! Thank you, Dad. You were brilliant at ukulele last night, and my trumpet player. Thank you, where are you? Thank you, Dad! Yeah, it was really good, thanks for asking. Oh! I haven't got a band. I'd like one, so if you want to join, I'll come see you.
And Gareth, how was the Blue Gillespie performance?
Native. Yeah, no, it was a really good time. I was really surprised with the turnout. So thank you everyone that made it. You really made it a great atmosphere, and we had a really good gig. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the clip that we saw before we came on stage.
I am alone. Yeah, I just shot a film in Colorado, a zombie film, low budget, passion project, but one of the best experiences I think I've had as an actor in the Rockies. Hopefully it'll be great. I know it's going to be good because
You're in it.
I'm in it. A lot. And I don't die. Or do I? It'll be out next year, so anyone that wants to catch it, you'll get a chance. It's going to all the festivals first, and then it's going out to the Kickstarter people to help make it possible. And then hopefully we'll get a release in the UK and across America.
Very excellent. Thank you for bringing that. Sharing that with us. Okay, I have one final question for the table here, and I want to know, this is something you'll always be asked, of course, but from either Doctor Who or Torchwood, what was your favorite episode that you appeared in?
Oh, it's me again, sorry. You mean in Doctor Who? I wasn't in Torchwood. The Demons. The Demons is my favourite, The Green Death is my second, and the Three Doctors was my third. It's because I come of age at that time and I've learned to be very confident, and John Pertwee was always right behind me, helping me, and he kind of helped make me whatever I am. He helped make me what I am. And I love him and I miss him to this day. I still had a tear over him last night.
Well, of course, Unquiet Dead is very, very precious to me because that's basically where Russell T Davies kind of saw me and went, I'm going to write Gwen Cooper for her, so I have everything to thank that episode for. I mean, everything. That and my hairstyle was quite unique in it. I don't know why you're laughing. And then, of course, I know this is me and Gareth's favourite, Countryside.
No.
I thought because they did the whole thing, they were just going to carry on. So for me, in terms of acting and Doctor Who, probably my favourites would be, what was that? Was Rise of the Cybermen. And Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. Probably because I got to play the two parts, you know, Mickey and Ricky at the same time and stuff like that. So, and in terms of Torchwood, you're probably going, what are you talking about? Because most of you have maybe not done your research to know this. But in terms of Torchwood, my favourite episode would be in season 1, episode 11.
That's right.
Combat, because I wrote it.
That's right.
You didn't know that, did you? I wrote it. Yeah, you knew. Thanks, Mum.
I remember getting the script for that. I was really excited. I was like, we will fight club.
Yeah, I did actually write a spec episode of Doctor Who. Russell was like, oh, darling, it's too dark, but we have a show called Torchwood. I'd like you to write that. Yeah, so episode 11, season 1, Combat, I wrote it. Yeah, that's my favourite.
As he said, Countryside, because just where it was shot, the subject matter, but the fact that the baddie in it, the monster in it was human, that's always a fun turn. And the family atmosphere we forged on the mountain, in the hotel in the Brecon Beacons was very special to all of us, I think.
Yeah.
And one final question, and this one is for Mr. Levene. You were on the show at a time, well, you came in at the end of Patrick Troughton's time when the ratings were flagging pretty badly. And we're stayed on for the next 6 years when the ratings jumped. You know, the Pertwee era was so successful, and then into the beginning of Tom Baker. It was a whole new renaissance for the show. But we're at a time now where the same thing is happening. After a 15-year break, basically, Doctor Who came back and is now this hugely popular worldwide phenomenon. What is it like for you, having been on the show at that time in the 70s, what's it like to see this resurgence of it now?
Well, I can tell you right now, I was in Hollywood for 21 years, from 1989 to 2010, and so I missed this resurgence of Doctor Who, but when I heard Russell T Davies was doing it, I'd already heard that the man had a great talent. And as I'm now a producer, I can see now how he would have got there. I was utterly stunned at the way Doctor Who had advanced. I mean, we were good, but we had like glove puppets to act opposite. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but the truth is, it's again, it comes down to the pride. I mean, first of all, I'm so glad. I mean, secondly, I'm so glad I was in the show. But what he did to it was incredible. Of course, David Tennant, I absolutely adored. Chris Eccleston's the kind of actor that I would like to have been. And I wasn't too bad at it myself, but I must confess the only thing I would like to see now that I see the unit is coming back big, I'm slightly miffed, I suppose. I'm not annoyed, I'm slightly miffed. It would be nice just to go back and visit the show, just even for one line I would do. But it turns into this huge thing, and it's all down to pride, you know. There's so much energy and creativity that goes into these things. And I mean, you see the end product, but when you see it being made, and I remember the day, I used to play golf with Pat Troutman 3 days a week at the Actors Golf Club, which was next to Prince Charles's polo club. I nearly hit Prince Charles with a golf ball once, but I'll tell you about that another time. But then what happened is the producer came out, and because I was all regular anyway, they came in, so we got the new doctor coming in. And of course, John Pertwee was the royal family's favourite comedian at that time. And when I saw John, I must confess, I was emotionally overwhelmed insofar as I thought, God, is this the man we're going to spend the next 5 years with? And it was glorious. It was utterly glorious to play Sergeant Benton. But remember, John was an incredibly helpful leading man. He insisted that we welcome the visiting actors in, and we had a marvellous reputation for being nice people. And I kind of like that, because I'm old-fashioned and I'm 70 years old. I like being nice. But John Pertwee was wonderful, and of course Nick Courtney, but they're all dying at such a rate now. There's only 3 of us left, so. But yes, I'm stunned by the resurgence of how huge it's become. And then Torchwood coming out of it. Torchwood is fantastic. I knew Eve before she got Torchwood. I knew her when she was just a little girl.
Littler.
And so that's my answer. Absolutely wonderful.
Okay, and now it's open mic night.